What's up? It's Juice Beats, back again with another race video. And this one is the Smokies Stadium Criterium series. This is the day 3, March 24th, 3-4-5 race. And we're getting ready to get started here in just a moment. Little backstory before this race even started. I got a very, very small piece of metal, maybe a staple or something like that when I was doing my warm-up laps around the course. And I was scrambling at my car right before this race, trying to figure out how to patch it really quickly. I do run tubeless, and for some reason my tubeless sealant was not sealing, and I figured out later that it had dried up a lot, so had to replenish it. But it's kind of weird because I just put new tubeless sealant in it, like maybe early February or something like that, so it really shouldn't have dried up that quickly. Not sure how that happened, but anyway, so yeah, right before the race it had a little tiny piece of metal, really skinny. It should have closed up, but anyway, so I was scrambling to get that fixed. I put a piece of medical tape over top of the hole after blowing up my tire as much as I could, and yeah, jumped in on the start line. And so here we go. So this is the first lap. So if you kind of missed it already, there was a guy who got a really good jump at the very beginning of the race, and he's been out front this entire time right there. And you can see there's two more bridging up to him. One is from Mustang Cycling, that's Logan, and I'm not sure of the other one at the moment, but I can look that up in just a second. But so they are trying to bridge up to him. And here we go. So I've got two Mustang riders right in front of me, and this is lap 2. Okay, so I wasn't really, at the time, like I wasn't thinking, okay, this is gonna get away. It's lap, 1 or whatever, it's lap 2. So I wasn't thinking about, hey, these three guys are gonna get away from us. But then later on in this race, you'll see why they start to stretch it out. So you can see they are forming out there at front. They're probably about 6-7 seconds in front, maybe even less. So that's why I'm looking at it like, oh, I'm not too worried about them getting away at this point. They're not that far away, and I've got two Youngblood riders right here, and then a couple Mustang riders. Maybe the Youngblood riders will get motivated to go out there and catch them because they don't have a man in that group right there. I know the Mustangs are not going to work because they have a man out there in front. So I'm going to kind of watch it and see from this point. And you can see they're still stretching it out here. So now they've gained a few more seconds, it looks like. So the Mustangs really did a good job of keeping us at bay here. So there's a Youngblood rider. So here we go. And this is not really smart for me. Like I was trying to push the pace, trying to catch back up to them once I realized that they had a man up there in the break there, and I'm pushing into the wind here. So the wind actually changed course. The last 2 weeks we had a tailwind going into the final stretch there. This week we had a headwind, so it was much tougher going up into the start finish line, but it was much easier going into these twisty bits here, the technical section of the course. So it definitely helped out a lot. I definitely felt more smooth than I had been in the other races, and it wasn't as hard for me to get through this part. And yeah, I was able to make it to the end of the races. So that definitely helped out a lot. But yeah, you can see like I'm trying to push the wattage here a little bit, trying to catch back up to them, and you know, I'm not getting a whole lot of help. So you can see like the Mustang's rider right behind me. Actually, both of them are right behind me. So they're keeping everybody at bay. They're keeping everybody from coming up and helping. And yeah, they're both talking to each other saying, hey, we got a man out there. We don't need to do anything. Let's just let them take us. And so, yeah, so our little group right here, we're not really moving well together, trying to get motivated to catch them. And obviously, like, they're probably all thinking the same thing. Like, they're not going to get away. There's over 21,000 meters in this race left. So why are we going to try to push ourselves to the limit at this point? But I would say the great Jeff at NorCal Cycling, one of his videos, I remember, he said, you know, when there is a technical crit course, breakaways can form really easily and get away with those technical bits. And you can see just exactly what's happening. So they are trying to see where they are on the course already. They've already gained a pretty good amount of seconds on us here. And the Mustangs were doing such a good job of keeping us all at bay and holding us back here. It's like any time that we tried to attack or push it, they were holding us back here. And yeah, I mean, you can't even see the group of three at this point right here. So I was trying to look ahead to see where they are. I want to say that they've already gained a 20-second lead on us at this point. Like that's how good of a job they were doing keeping us back here. And especially with the wind the way it was, like you could pretty much, you know, glide through this area right here with the wind at your back and with this tailwind. But then, you know, going into the start finish, it was much tougher. You've got a little bit of that rise there. And, you know, normally the last couple weeks we were riding 30 something miles an hour going into the start finish. And then when you hit this wind here on this week, we're not getting close to that at this point. You can see, yeah, we're sitting at 25 miles an hour, 26 there. And yeah, it's much tougher. So you got to kind of stay sheltered a little bit, and I probably should be over to the right just a little bit more because it's kind of like a head crosswind. I want to be sheltered even more, so I kind of move over just a little bit, but not enough there. Yeah, they're doing a good job of keeping us slow here. Here I go. I'm coming up to Youngbloods here. And I'm mentioning to him. Yeah, so just mentioned to him that, hey, that, you know, they've got a man in the brake. They're not going to be helping out. So trying to push it even more. So he knows that. And it's just, yeah, it's really tough to navigate through with two teammates right there who are doing a really good job of blocking for their rider in the brake there. So I skip forward a little bit more here and got my buddy Price in front. I kind of got left behind on an attack, you know, a few laps ago, and now I'm sticking to his wheel, and we're catching back up to everybody. Didn't really mean to let that go, but Youngblood's rider really got a good burst and kind of caught everybody off guard a little bit. Mustangs pounced on it and caught up to him, and yeah, so now we're all kind of back together at this point. I think we've lapped a few of the riders in the field already, and so now we're kind of back together here. So you see Still got the Mustangs right there. Mustangs rider. I think that's Matt Bratcher. Yeah. So still got him. He is the state champ from last year, so definitely a good rider. And he was actually having some trouble with his bike right before the start of the race as well. Like it wouldn't shift correctly or something like that. Like it was stuck in like crash mode or something. And so he said he was having a little trouble with it before the race, but I think he might have gotten it corrected right before the start of the race. So at this point, we're just over 13,000 meters, about halfway through the race here. And yeah, we're still trying to push it. I don't think we're going to catch them. I think they've got a really, really good lead here. So the best we can do in our group is 4th for the race at this point. You can see we're moving really well at this point. Like we were 25, 26 before, now we're moving at 29. So definitely getting a better burst here at this point in the race. Price is a strong rider. I've ridden with him a few times, and yeah, he shows up to races ready to go. So that's a good wheel to follow here. So I'm still running on a somewhat flat tire throughout this race. Don't really at this. I'm not sure at this point in the race I really realized it, but eventually it starts to run a little flat here, and you'll kind of see that in the power numbers when I'm putting out stuff here in just a minute. I don't know if it's feasible to catch up to those 3, so I'm not going crazy yet. I'm really at this point like thinking, 4th place. So unless we somehow all got together without the Mustangs with us and just started working really well together, it would. I don't think we would catch them. So at this point, you got to think, halfway through the race, they've gotten away, too far and out of sight, out of mind at this point. So we're all working towards that 4th place finish at this point with that field sprint. So we're all taking turns, moving back and forth throughout this small chase group here, and yeah, we're coming down to it. Only a few more laps to go, about a little over 6,000 meters, 6,500 meters there. Trying to move well through here, and I think this may be the point where I start to notice that my tire was a little bit lower than it should be, and yeah, I'm not moving as well through a lot of these turns and stuff like that. It was a very, very slow like pinhole leak. So throughout the race, it was okay, but as soon as it starts to get a little bit mushy, it was very tough to get power through the wheels and also push through some turns. So I started losing the wheel throughout the race like this. So that's kind of what's happening at this point. Starting to lose the wheel a little bit when I shouldn't be, and I don't think I'm getting the right amount of traction that I need to get to be able to keep going in the chase group and the peloton and drafting behind wheels at this point of the race. I'm still pushing though. I'm still trying to get through here. I'm still they're not that far away from me at this point, but yeah, there's only a few more laps left, and yeah, if my tire continues to do what it's been doing throughout the race, then it's only going to get tougher each lap that I go around here. You can see, I'm pushing out a lot of watts here, and I'm trying to get up to speed, and it's just not going anywhere the way it should. Like, I'm pushing way more watts than I was early on in the race here. And yeah, I'm just not really going anywhere. Here we go, going into the last lap here in just a second, and yeah, the wheel, the metaphorical wheels have fallen off in this race. Tire is a little too mushy in the back for me to put any like significant power or anything down to try to catch anything or you know, make a move or whatever. So really, I am coasting to the finish line at this point, with just 1,000 meters to go here. But yeah, I mean, I really felt like I had a good race. Just kind of missed that break at the very first couple laps there. So that was kind of tough, and just, yeah, not organizing throughout this race, and just letting those three guys go off the front. Logan actually put up the video, and you know, he ended up getting second in this race from the Mustangs, but he posted his video on YouTube, and I can link that down below if you want to watch how the breakaway did throughout the race. They had a nice easy race throughout the throughout the entire day. They were just working together really well, and just being really smooth and sticking together. And then, you know, you've got us in the chase group back, you know, throughout the entire race, like trying to put attacks in and trying to get away from his other teammates, and they were doing a really good job of bringing us back and all that. So yeah, if you don't believe biking or cycling is a team sport, then you should rewatch this again. But yeah, so that's how it goes. They did a really good job of keeping us at bay and letting the teammate get away, and you know, that's part of the team sport aspect of cycling here. And so, yeah, it sucks. Had a little pinhole leak in the tire, but I was able to finish out this race in 9th. So another mid-pack finish. I think I would have done much better if I didn't have that little pinhole leak, but it's all right. I'm gonna jump into the Masters 35 Plus race right after this, after I get my tire fixed up. So I had a little bit of time in between this race and the next, and I was able to get the tire tubed up and ready to go for the next race. But anyway, so if you like this race, please like and subscribe, hit that bell icon so you know when I post videos. And yeah, I will be posting the 35 Plus here soon, so look out for that. But I will see you on the next one. Peace.